motivation is so hard, you guys. I can't say it, more, than what I'm saying, and I've, in my life, I fell in the trap. I fell into, not taking action with my life, living in that pain, because I'm going to tell you right now that when you are stagnant and you don't take action and motivate yourself to do the things and do the goals that you've always said that you've always wanted to do, you live in this certain type of pain, of not, staying on that course. And I'm going to tell you why this is and why that you live in this pain. Because think about it. If you have dreams and you have aspirations and you say, you know what? I want to take action. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to create a business. I want to, make more money. I want to, it doesn't matter what it is that you want to do in life. I want a certain career. I want to go ahead and press the button. Motivation is key, because we always say the things that we want to do, right? We'll have these thoughts in our head. We'll write our goals down and we'll keep looking at these goals, but they never happen. Nothing ever does. Nothing, happens, or nothing takes place in these goals that we say that we want to do. We don't create, and we don't execute. And I've heard this time and time again, in the way that I explain it to people so they can understand it, it starts all in your mind. And I know I've said this over and over again. It's all about taking action. It's kind of like if you don't move your car, okay, and there's a parking spot, one parking spot that's just one left, and you sit there, right? But then you don't make the move in the parking spot, someone else is going to take that spot, right? So it's like you just missed out on the opportunity to have the first parking spot right where the grocery store is. It's raining, and you didn't press on the gas to go. Like, you were scared to get in that spot, okay? And so sometimes there's those situations where there's only one spot. There's only one spot. You missed that opportunity, okay? And it's because you didn't take action. The motivation wasn't there. Someone gave you an opportunity, whether it was you were networking with someone, you were introduced to, someone that could have potentially changed your life. But guess what? You didn't act on it. You didn't move in the spot, okay? It's all about spot action, you guys. Sometimes you have to take chances on the spot. And you don't have room to think. You don't know. You're like, oh, well, can I do this? And am I right? Am I right fit for this? What are they going to think about me? What are they going to say about me? What's going to happen? Oh, what if I can't do it? You've already literally talked your way out of it, because guess what? God put that person in your lane for you to take that spot, and you didn't take it. Sometimes in life, we only have one chance. I've experienced this. So firsthand, I can say, if you didn't take the spot, sometimes that spot is gone, and guess what? You'll have to either wait for your turn again, or wait for it, or it's totally gone. Okay? So, when you have those type of situations, and sometimes you may not even be ready for it. And you keep saying in your head, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I'm not ready. Get ready. There's things that I have behind closed doors, okay, on paper, on my drive, that literally I'm ready for. That if someone gives me a call right now to execute on that one thing, I literally have, and I could just press a button and be like, boom, here, I got it. That's how organized that you have to be in your business as well. Because when they're calling you, you're getting ready to have like this, loan from the bank or something like that. And they're like, oh, well, we need this document and this document, and you don't have it. Well, you're not ready. You're not ready. And then you lose the whole deal because you didn't have your paperwork in order. You didn't have the things in order. You weren't organized. And it all starts with being motivated, because when you motivate yourself to act and do things, you stay ready. You're always ready. You're pumping yourself. You're motivating yourself. You're changing your bad habits that create disaster in your life. Okay? Because in this world, you don't ever let the world be the reason. You don't ever say, oh, well, this happened to me and I can't do this because of this, or someone did this to me, or someone said this to me and now I feel bad and now I can't do anything. Who cares what people think? You have to change your habits. It has nothing to do with anyone else. It has everything to do with you and the actions that you decide to take. Okay? You have to be more productive. Okay? Because if you're wanting to go on that, one thing with being productive is this. Once you pretend there's a hill, right? You have this hill of productivity. You're climbing the hill, you're climbing the hill, you're climbing the hill, right? Okay? And you got to go to the top. You have to get to the top of the mountain, okay, to get to that goal that you have set out after. So you're climbing that mountain, you're climbing that hill. When you get to the top of the hill on the catalyst, okay, it's like the stock market. You're just watching to see, are you going to get in the very bottom, okay, of the catalyst before it springs, and you're going to work your way up on the spring, okay, or you're going to start from the top, okay, and then now you can't climb on the catalyst because you didn't start where you were supposed to start at, okay? You got to start at the bottom, work your way and climb to the top. Welcome you guys. Welcome, Kamal. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Just so for everyone that came in, we're talking about motivation and determination tonight. So, you start on that catalyst and you go up, and guess what happens when you have motivation to get to that goal is that on the catalyst, it springs and it pops right when you get to the top. And then after that, it's like the stock market. It goes, it blows, and you make tons of money in the stock market because you started at the bottom. You got in at the perfect spot. Okay? You got in on the perfect spot on that stock and you took off. It's the same thing in business, you guys. It's that perfect opportunity. It's that perfect spot that you took and you take off just like that. And it's because you did the work. You did all of the hard work. Okay, because when I'm explaining this is not something that's easy, okay, because like I said, you have to climb up, okay, because see, when you crash down, it's always harder to climb back up, okay, than it is to come back down, amen, okay, because when you come down, sometimes that crash, but it's harder to get back up there, so that's why you have to be very strategic in your business and your operations and how you are going to strategize, okay, and have strategy with motivation and determination. Because if you have positive emotional feelings about what it is that you're involved in, and you're persevering towards, that difficult, that hard, that trying goal, in spite of the obstacles that you have that are in front of you right now, you're looking at your piece of paper and you're looking at the computer and you're like, how am I going to achieve this goal? Like, what am I going to do? Right? You get in that tough, stuck spot and you're, questioning yourself and you're asking yourself, what am I going to do, Lord? Like, how am I going to get there? Okay? You're making those final steps. It's kind of like I call it the bungee jump effect. That's what I call it. That's the only thing that I can do to explain how it is in an entrepreneur's mind and how the feeling of it is. It's literally being on top of that mountain, you guys, and you just climbed up there and did the work, right? Imagine having to jump from that top of the mountain when you get there, because it doesn't end at when you get to the top. It's always an ongoing process. And let's say you have a bungee jump. You're at the top of the mountain and you have to jump. Well, you're afraid. You have the fear. You're scared. You're frightened. You don't know what's going to happen if you jump with that bungee jump. And is it going to catch you on your way down? Or is it going to snap and you're going to hit the ground flat? In business, you never know. And I'm just being totally real with you. You don't know what the outcome is going to be. All you know is that God is taking you on that path of greatness. So that's why it's so important that to have an action, to have a plan and a strategy. Because if you stay on the course where God wants you to go, then there's no confusion in that. When you want to do your own thing and when you don't listen to direction, it's all about mindset and strategy. When you don't have that, that's when things get all off course and you don't follow that path. So it's like when you get to the top, you bungee jump, it might pop and break, and then everything it's over. And at blink of an eye, you're like, dang, like, what the heck? Like, you're looking around like, what did I do wrong, right? And it's only because you didn't have strategy. You didn't execute your plan appropriately and correctly, and you just have to go back to the drawing board. You got to start over from the bottom and work your way back up to the top, bungee jump again, okay? But this time the rope is going to catch you, and then there you made it, and then now it's just like an ongoing cycle of making it, trying it, and getting it right. You know, that's what happens in business. You know, my 17 years of business and, you know, selling my online, beauty products that I have over the years. When I first saw it, I remember one day, I can't lie, like the first week of my business and in my sales and my retail sales, I made probably about $15,000. That was my first week that I made $15,000. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I had to go back and look at my statement, and I said to myself, did I make $15,000 in 1 week? I literally had to look at my bank statement, you guys, and I couldn't believe that I made that in 1 week. That was the very first time that I had ever made, when I hit that 15,000 mark, I said, this is what people make in a month. And I made this in a week with just retail. I said, oh, okay. I was like, that's when I knew. I was like, okay, there's no limits, okay? There's no limits to the amount of money that you can make. That's when I said to myself, if I can make, and I went over my goal that I after, I knew then that I was going to be successful. And I said to myself, oh, I just had to do the work, and I had to do it just like this. And I found a system, okay? I found a system that worked. I stuck to that system, and over the years, continuously, I noticed when I stuck to that system, every single time I was able to make that and more. And so that's when I said to myself, I really just have to stay the course. I have to stay motivated, okay, and where I know that I'm going to scale, and I have to stay determined. I have to stay and have that determination on that specific goal that I had sought after, and stay on that course. Because if a system works, don't break it, don't change it, just add to that system, with growth. And, it's a pattern that you stay on. It's just like I'm going to go back to the stock market. Stock markets have patterns, right? That are, sometimes they're consistent. You could see that if a pattern, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. It's like the SPY. You can literally look at the SPY and be like, oh, okay, well, futures are up next week, or futures are up tomorrow. Then you know how to go in because you're looking at the graph. That's how it is in business. Okay, when you have a system, stay on that flow, okay? And then when you see something is switching up or changing, okay, and you see, okay, maybe something is going on, in business, and something is going on with people, or you look at, what's going on with the economy, then you know how to kind of restructure some things, and you make just a few tweaks, and you're like, oh, wait, that's what it is. Okay, so I'm going to add this to the mix. And then you're like, okay, so now this is flowing. You always have to stay current on what's currently going on, online, with products, keeping up with, the masses as far as what changes have made with, with that particular product. What's that trend? Always staying with the next new trend and staying on top of your product, and always increasing value. That's what people look for, is value. And why is the reason why I'm going to buy this product? So that's what you have to stay on that path with whatever it is that you are creating. So to all of my creators out there, stay motivated, stay determined in that right, in your path, in your right, okay? And you will always be successful, you guys. So Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm so glad that you guys were able to come and hop on board. And all I want to, tell you to leave with this is that also don't listen to certain, negative people that don't believe in you, people that always want to judge you, or people that always want to criticize you. And usually it's going to be someone in your family or a close friend that, they don't really believe in you, or they don't think that you're going to make it or do it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, sometimes it could be family, it could be friends, to like try to put your ideas down or anything like that. Man, stop telling people your ideas. That's another thing. Keep your ideas to yourself. Grow within inside of yourself. And then when you do it, then that's when you talk about it, okay? And sometimes you have to be about it instead of talking about it. And I've learned that you can't tell low vibe people your ideas and those kind of things, because they're going to shoot you down every single time, because their fears end up turning into your fears. And then you're going to doubt yourself and think, maybe this isn't going to work. Because I will tell you right now today that I've had that issue, like with even, someone close to me inside of my family that always said that I wasn't going to make it. Or, when I first, got into the industry, in the beauty industry, I was told that I wasn't going to make good money in that, in the beauty industry and the hair industry, you don't make any money. That's what I was told, and when I look back on what was said to me and all of those negative words, all of those negative vibes, I look up, I opened up my salon, I opened up an online store, and I literally took off and I ended up making 6 figures. Now, what if I would have listened to that person and that spoke those bad words onto my life? I would have been still in the same place if I would have listened to them. I never would have jumped. I never would have bungee jumped off of that mountain and said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I can do this. If I would have listened to that person, of that same family member that told me that. And now look at where I'm at today. Now, if I would have listened to those people that would, tell me those things, that I wasn't going to be anything, then I would have been just that. I wouldn't have been anything. So do not allow your dreams, okay, and, other people's, judgment on you and what it is that you're trying to create, determine and be the determining factor of what you do with your life and what you do with your career and what you do with your business. Because at the end of the day, God has a plan for you. He has a plan for you, and he has a plan for your goals, and everything that you ask him for, you will achieve. Amen. So thank you again. I wanted to leave you with that thought. Thank you so much for coming on board. This is Belle, and we're on Business Talk Live tonight. And next week, Wednesday, we will join again and take part into this wonderful journey of entrepreneurship. And we're going to live in it. We're going to be it. And we're going to do everything that we said that we're going to do within inside of our goals and within inside of our entrepreneurial spirit and our drive. Thank you so much for joining us. And remember, motivation and determination. Thank you so much for joining. You have a great night.